a big story that we're tracking this hour. Now, the Consumer Protection Authority has sent notices to 5 big e-commerce players for selling hazardous products on their platform. Now, these notices have been sent to Amazon, Flipkart, ShopQs, Paytm Mall, as well as Snapdeal. Now, the consumer body says that the investigation is over and a final order will be issued very soon. And that is, of course, this is with respect to the consumer protection, where the Consumer Affairs Ministry has, in fact, sent a notice to 5. In fact, they've sent notices to 15 people. Out of them, 5 are big e-commerce giants. Now, this includes Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Paytm. Now, the notice that has been sent to them is to explain as to why these platforms are selling hazardous products to lakhs and lakhs of people. In fact, we have a reaction from Nidhi Khare, the Additional Secretary of the Consumer Affairs Ministry. Let's listen in.
We have issued 15 notices, 5 to prominent e-commerce platforms and 10 to the sellers who were found to be selling these goods on their platforms.
Okay. When it comes to the e-commerce players, who are those, and has the entire investigation, whatever the process is there, has it been completed?
We had issued notices, and then we have also taken their replies. We have given them opportunity of hearing, and now they are on the, many cases are actually in their final shape. In one case, final orders were also passed. A penalty of 1 lakh rupees was imposed, and they were asked to recall all the pressure cookers which they had sold on their platform.
Okay. Regarding the e-vehicle, the battery fire incident and all those things, what is the process that is going on as of now when it comes to the Protection Authority?
So basically, the e-vehicles which have caused serious harm to human life, particularly where they have injured people or where people have lost their life, we've taken suo moto cognizance of these matters and issued notices to all these companies.
Samir Dixit, who has been reporting on this story, joins us live from the national capital. Samir, so we know that, pressure cookers and gas cylinders are a part of this list, but what else has been included, and, what is the rationale behind calling these products as hazardous?
So basically, what the government has found out that the consumers have been raising a complaint lot regarding this, that these hazardous products, which include like pressure cooker, helmet, as well as the gas cylinder, they are not matching to the quality control order standard, in the sense that QCO has not been obtained by these product or by the company, those who are selling these products on the e-commerce platform. So QCO is not there. It simply means that substandard quality of product are being sold on the e-commerce platform. And that is the reason that the government has sent notices to 5 major giants, including Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, ShopQs, and Paytm. And regarding Paytm, the entire investigation was done, and it has been found out that yes, they were guilty. They were selling substandard quality or not the QCO approved product on their platform. That was the reason that financial penalty of ₹1 lakh was imposed on Paytm Mall. And in addition to that, the entire product has been recalled. Also, the buyers who have purchased these products, hazardous products, they have to be compensated by the Paytm Mall. So that was the strict action that was taken by the Consumer Protection Authority. And it is very likely that for the remaining 4 e-commerce platforms, for which the investigation is currently going on and which has reached to almost its final stage, it is very likely that same sort of strict action might be taken against them. But government is of a viewpoint that now the consumers, the buyers are also quite aware enough that they want to buy a quality standard product, part number 1. Secondly, if any platform is not following the proper guidelines, then strict action will be taken. And for that, the Consumer Protection Authority is taking suo moto also, and also taking the cognizance of the complaint that is being raised on various platforms, including the National Consumer Helpline number.
Right, and when you spoke to the Additional Secretary of the Consumer Affairs Ministry, she also mentioned about certain action being taken against the EV producers. What more can you tell us about that?
Yes, definitely. That is quite a serious thing because we have seen in the recent past many of the electric vehicle fire incidents were reported, for which multiple agencies, multiple ministries are taking action from their end. Even the Consumer Affairs Ministry, the Consumer Protection Authority has sent notices to 4 or 5 EV manufacturers and have sought a proper response that what is the reason that fire has caught in. First, second is that why this shall not amount to unfair trade practice. In addition to this, the detailed report of DRDO has also been sought in by the Consumer Protection Authority, in the sense that the report that DRDO has submitted to the Road Transport Ministry, that report has been called in by the Consumer Protection Authority, and that will also be thoroughly read by the authority after going in for further investigation. But yes, as of now, the notices have been sent to EV players, uh, the vehicles which caught fire. So those EV manufacturers notices have been sent. Secondly, the DRDO report has been called in by the authority. And thirdly, it is very likely that from this month itself, a proper investigation will be initiated. The proceedings will be initiated. And then maybe next 1 or 2 months, some sort of major action from the Consumer Protection Authority regarding this EV fire incident may come up.
Right, Samir, thank you so much for getting us all those details. I'm also being joined by Bejan Mishra, consumer rights activist. Sir, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. And, as it's very important for our viewers to understand that what their rights are as a consumer, which is why we're having this discussion with you today. And, anything and everything is available on the internet these days. So as a consumer, if I'm going to say an Amazon or a Paytm, I will assume that the companies have done, their safety checks. So clearly that's not happening now. Like the reporter was mentioning, these are substandard products that are being sold. Notices have been sent. So as a consumer, how can I ensure that I am safe while I'm buying these products on these websites?
You see, the most important issue is no product can come into the supply chain in any country. Why only India? By compromising on the safety and quality of the product. All products which are made to be sold through the public distribution in terms of the supply chain has to be safe, and there has to be 100% safety assurance given to the consumers on those products. Now, for consumers to know that, the first thing the government must do, or the Consumer Affairs Ministry must do, is to ensure that all products adhere to a mandatory standard which ensures that safety is not compromised and quality is also not compromised. So we have a huge body, an institution called Bureau of Indian Standards in the country, which is having huge sums of resources made available to them to do this for the consumers, to enable consumers to ensure that all products which are sold in the marketplace adhere to safety norms. And there is a kind of a BIS logo which needs to be seen visible on every product which is sold. So platforms like Amazon or Flipkart or even the retailers in the country should only stock those products which are certified, accredited by a authorized certification body which ensures that all these products are safe which are sold to the consumers. And then only they should be allowed to be sold. And if any product is sold which is not authorized or not going through the standard in terms of quality and safety, and tomorrow the department issues a show cause notice, in my view, just issuing a show cause notice is not the solution. The solution is ensuring that the system works in the country in the interest of the consumer. And the system can only work when you build awareness, you make things easy, you bring in practices which are, comfortable, easy to adopt, but at the same time without compromising on safety and quality. So we are looking at those kind of mechanisms to come. We are not interested in show cause notices. We are more interested as consumers to know that how do you protect me as a consumer in terms of the product I am purchasing, and I am assuming that it is safe and it is of high quality standard. So I'm assuming that I'm getting it, but when I bring it home, I find that there are casualties, there are a lot of challenges in terms of safety issues, it is hazardous, and then I don't know where to go. I'm running from pillar to post to protect myself.
Right.
So show cause notice is not the answer. The answer is bringing in processes and systems in place which will ensure and guarantee me that the product which I'm buying from a store or from a platform are safe and of high quality standards and assures me the value for money for which I'm purchasing.
So you've made a very interesting point. You're saying the solution is simple. Just check for the BIS logo and then go ahead and buy your products, because at least that's one way of making that you're in safe hands. But given the kind of competition, given the fact that we have lakhs and lakhs of products available online, are there if I could say efficient ways to deal with these massive third-party platforms?
Yes, absolutely. You see, there are institutions which can also certify the certifying bodies. Like within Quality Council of India, there's a body called NACBV, where the accreditation bodies are also certified. So we have trained people in the country. Today, what is happening, unfortunately, that we are not dismantling our monopolistic institutions like BIS. BIS needs competition. They don't have the capacity also to handle such a huge volume of products in the marketplace. So government must come out with options. Why only BIS? My contention is. Why not other institutions come up, which are private institutions, and brings in competition? Today, when I ask a dealer, a manufacturer, why are you not taking BIS? They confess to me that it is cumbersome, expensive. We don't get the right kind of encouragement. We don't get incentivized in terms of competition. So if you want to encourage quality and safety to the consumer, you have to build an ecosystem which will ensure that the consumers are able to recognize what is quality and what is safe for them. So there has to be large awareness campaigns. Just isolated campaign will not do. You have to do major multimedia campaign in a language which the consumers understand. You have to ensure that the shopkeepers, the retailers, the platform owners, they don't purchase products which are unsafe. Like, for example, Amazon has told me on several occasions that they have a very strict, safety mechanism in place to ensure that all products which they sell are safe. Now, what they claim has to be proved to the consumer through evidence.
Right.
Till you don't prove it, I will not believe you.
Right. Right. So awareness and practical safeguards are the two important takeaways from this conversation with you, sir. Bejan Mishra, consumer rights activist, thank you so much for joining us with all those inputs.